slide, let's look at the next sections, which is the bryophytes. So now let's look at bryophytes and see what are bryophytes. Bryophytes are also called as the non-vascular plants. Why are they non-vascular? Because they do not have the xylem and phloem tissue, as I mentioned earlier. So they are the non-vascular plants. These are the mosses, the liverworts, and the hornworts. So usually you see them in damp and swamp areas, streams, and they usually will inhabit rocks and so forth. So they're usually seasonal in many places, and sometimes it could be continuously growing in an area such as the rainforest. They have what are called as rhizoids. So instead of roots, they have rhizoids, which are sort of like a rudimentary roots, and they will anchor the plant, and they will also store moisture in them. And these rhizoids have a gametophytic stage in them. So that's the stage where the gametophytes may start from or arise from. Now, in this particular image over here that you can also see in your book, you can see that the fertilization is shown over here, and this fertilized plant is actually coming from a plant that rose due to the spores. So the germinating spores grew and developed into these female and male parts of the plant. So the female part of the plant is actually the one that's going to have the egg over here, and the male part of the plant is this, and then it releases the sex cells, and then they undergo fertilization, and they give rise to an interesting stage, which is the sporophyte stage. Now, in this stage, these are the spores that will be released by this plant, and these spores will undergo meiosis to then give rise to these. So many times when you see plants that have these spores like modules, or they're actually like caps that are present on the top of the plants. For example, peat moss, you'll see them a lot, and these are the sporophyte stage. Now, the gametes that are formed in these plants actually they move through water or some sort of liquid droplet that would help them glide towards the egg. Sporophytes stay attached to a larger gametophyte, which is these sporophytes, or the strobilus as they're called. Strobilus is a name given to these, they're like cones, in other words, you can see, but they're not really cones, because cones are different kinds of plants, but they look like small little cones. And these are present in this unique group of plants, and these are called as the bryophytes. Okay, so the next one we want to do are the seed-bearing. Sorry, did I miss? Yeah, I missed one slide. Okay, now the next we want to do are the ones that have the seeds in them. And these are the vascular plants. The vascular plants are divided into seedless and seeded plants. The first one we will do are the seedless plants. And these seedless plants are the ones that I gave you the name before. They're also called as pteridophytes. And the reason I'm giving you this name is because if you look up at an old book, you'll usually find pteridophytes. They are the lycophytes, the horsetails, and the whisk ferns. And they're also called as the true fern. So I hope you have seen some of these species, especially in the grass and stuff. You can see the horsetails are usually present over there. And these are the little cones that are the strobilus over here. And they are still they still do not have any seeds. They're seedless plants. Now, ferns that you see in plants in flowering places, or just regular ferns that you see, are all part of this group. And ever notice, if you next time when you go and buy ferns, I want you to look at the fern like over here, and if you flip this fern, and on the bottom you see these dark brown spots, they really look like rust spots on the leaf, and these are the sori. These are the combination of many different strobilus. So the spore bearing structures. A lot of times if someone does not know that, they might think there are some bugs on it or just a bad leaf, but it's not. It's just a very, very natural presence of strobilus on them. Again, gametes, especially the sperm cells, will move through water to reach the egg. So this is a little bit about the seedless vascular.